And back to your clocks. Transgender hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail, me reacting to a bunch of screen caps of comments I got from YouTube and DeviantArt. Their response to comments I made against these deviant lifestyles and a few other things. Trigger warning. Let's continue on with this girl who is trying to explain why she needs to keep lying about her biological sex and transition and go through all this trouble she doesn't need to go through to try and basically, hopefully, to basically hide the truth about her biological sex so that she can live, basically be happy, or have a false happiness based on lies. She's saying, come on, man, stop saying I can't, that lying about my biological sex is wrong. Because basically, if I have to don't lie about my biological sex, then I have to tell the truth about it, and that I don't like that. But what's wrong with that? What's going on is she believes that the word woman, the word female, basically means inferior. She doesn't feel like she's a female, which there is no male feeling. She doesn't, believe, she really doesn't act like a female, but, there's no, basically there's stereotypes about how females act and males act, but it's not, those things are not ironclad. There's things. So it's weird. Things that happen, stereotypes. People born with ovaries, people with testicles can act differently because each person is a unique individual. But we are human beings. Our bodies have a specific design, but our minds are limitless, limited by our imagination. We have to learn the difference between us and our bodies. We have our physical nature, physical bodies, male, female. Usually how it goes. That's how it's supposed to go. And we have our minds, which are intangible. And that's us. I'm limited. I'm basically, what's the term? Simplifying things. Okay, simplifying things to body and mind. Okay, because they're basically like, well, what about your spirit, your soul, your heart? Your head, so that's all mind. I'm simplifying it to being the mind and the body, and that's all it is. But she's just trying to say, no, I gotta do this. I gotta change my body because I'm getting these horrible feelings saying that something's wrong with it. Well, nothing is. And so I'm going to have to do that. No, you're not. You learn that feeling is wrong, not your body. So let's go. All right, what's that? Come on. You completely ignore it when I tell you about all the pain stuff I've gone through because I can't be a regular person. Well, the issue is she has a stereotype of what a regular person is. She has to let go of that. All the ways I try to make myself conform. That's true. She shouldn't be trying to conform. You would just let me be happy. No, not through lies. Because if everyone could just be happy, being happy wouldn't be lying about anything. Well, yes, but you can't be lying. That's the problem. You can be happy. You can learn to live with what you have. You can learn to accept your body as is. You can be like, okay, this is the body I get. Might as well learn to live with it. Some people might not like it because of the way it looks, but that's my body. But I can show that I am me through other me's, namely how I act, because there's only one me. There are thousands of black men, but there's only one me. Thousands of black women, thousands of white women, thousands of Asian women. Who cares? Thousands of people that look like me, but there's only one me. That's how it goes. You have to learn that. But she doesn't want to learn that. She wants to basically stick with trying to conform a different way. Basically dress like what society says is the best person. It's not right. Continue on. Continue on here. You wouldn't let me be happy along with anything. It's a vicious cycle, Also, you keep saying that tomboys and femboys are okay. Well, the issue is with tomboys and femboys. Okay, tomboy is a girl that wants to be a boy. That basically is dressing up like a boy, acting like a boy. You stereotypically act. That's a tomboy. A femboy, or Nancy boy, most likely, is a boy, person with testicles, who basically stereotypically acts like a girl. Okay? And that's pretty sad when someone's like, oh no, this dude doesn't like sports. He wants to, do arts and crafts instead. I'm like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with a dude wanting to do arts and crafts? What's wrong with a girl who wants to play sports? What's wrong with that? Nothing. As long as they're not saying that they are lying about their biological sex, I have no problem with that. Okay, because that's an activity. It's an activity. Continue on here. What's she saying? That's okay. That's not about appearances. But when you say things like your reflection may not ever show who you are inside, but there are other ways to do that, it really makes me think that gender to you is conforming to stereotypes. It can be, partially. If you choose that identity, the identity of a person, you could try. It can be related to stereotypes. You can try that, which is a bad idea. Instead, you have to be like, hey, look, it may go against this stereotype, but I prefer to do this activity. It's not like about magical sex. A girl could say, I want to play football. A boy could say, I want to do arts and crafts. I want to dance. Billy Elliot. I want to get my Billy Elliot one. Come on. And some people will not like that because, of course, that's not stereotypical male or stereotypical female, but it's what they want to do. And as long as they're not saying that they're, as long as the girl that's trying to play football isn't saying she's a boy, as long as the boy that's trying to dance isn't saying he's a girl, I have no problem with this. Because it's an activity that you want to do, that you like, that's in the mind, not the body. Continue on. Next, open your mind a little bit. Fall down the rabbit hole you're scared of falling down. I know you only say these things because this is what you've been taught, and you've been, then the one afraid of having his own beliefs challenged. But if you let this happen, try not to have the immediate response of science is false. Bad science is false. I am right. You'd be surprised by what you will find. It's not science that changed for the worst. It's the people. First, we were studying our environment and our bodies, and nobody went. Is Mrs. Incredible hanging out? I guess costume of Mrs. Incredible in a Disney crowd. The little video I'm watching. Interesting. People first we were studying our environment and our bodies, and nobody went on money and clout then. Now, once we started to study our brains and what goes on in them, basically our minds. Actually, people have started denying it. Strange. It's almost like xenophobia exists. Cannibal saying goodbye. Xenophobia exists. Also, lying exists. You're like, but I don't like, having to say no to myself. Well, you have to sometimes. Let's go. Yes. Open your mind a little bit. Fall down to what's the answer? As I say, I'm not saying they ignore dysphoria. I'm saying resist it. Because it's lying to you. Nothing is wrong with your body, and that's the feelings. It's those feelings that are wrong, and that quote unquote science that is giving into that. Says giving into dysphoria / fear is the only way to do it and deal with it. The only way to do with it, that is wrong. Deal with it. I said it's wrong. You must learn to refuse to fear. No. That's not how it works. Yes, it is. You cannot simply tell someone to just resist having cancer. Different story. Fear is a different thing. Okay, fear is a feeling that is from the dark side. You can say no. No, I refuse. Here's the knowledge that helps me refuse to fear. Right here. In the Bible, in science, no. Cancer is a sign of poison in your body. Okay, so there it is. It's like, okay. It's if you got that, then you got to get it treated because, of course, saying, no, well, it's good to confess, but get doctor treatment on that. Different story. It's not think physical. That's the problem with that. They think it is. It ain't. Continue on here. Dysphoria is not physical. It's mental. Okay? It's an attack. Mental health is spiritual health. Spiritual health is mental health, basically. Yeah. Continue on here. Yeah, I'll see here. You cannot simply tell someone to just having cancer. Different story. They will still have cancer, even if they shout, "The power of Christ compels you," at a tumor or whatever you expect to work. The only way they can treat the cancer, their cancer, is by getting treatment. Of course, there's no cure to cancer, which makes it less of a complete comparison. It's not a comparison at all. It's bad. It's a bad comparison because dysphoria is a feeling, not actually anything physical at all. Cancer is physical. So let's do it here. Since dysphoria can be pretty darn close to gone, as mine is. By through lies. You're gonna do it through truth. That's better because that's what will come back, Jack. Plus, people aren't typically born with cancer. But since you don't seem to like that type of even any mental disorder, I have to use a chemical you cannot. Great. But the